Rainbows are circles with beginnings and endings, or do they? Circles within circles, endless, no beginning and no ending. But where is that pot of gold? Well, here we are on a cold winter evening in Bellingham, Washington, the beginning of one year and the ending of another year. Or there you are in a nice, toasty, warm control room and furnace room of the incinerator at the Winchester Town Dump, a place of very stark endings. What's ending in that furnace over there? And very fascinating beginnings. What's beginning with those electronics you see there to my right? Well, this is the place where I picked up so many old TVs, often without permission, to help me begin a whole new hobby in electronics. That hobby began a whole rainbow of hobbies ranging from sewing to light to metal to making videos and now making animations. You're amongst the beginnings of my childhood life, and you're also amongst the endings of my mid-adult life and a whole new beginning of a new future. Sometimes with beginnings and endings and circles, we wonder who we are. I'm helping you all find out and let everybody know who in heck you are. Very simple. You take this, gently put it in the ground in front of your house, and learn who you are and teach others who you are. Simple as that. Come with me to places in my childhood I like to share with you at the beginning of my life, at a time now in perhaps the beginning of a new life. I think that's it for now. Without further ado, I love you all. You just saw me perform on a Dumont Westminster model console television in the 1940s, the only motorized television set and perhaps the most expensive television set of that era. They did not sell many of them. Perhaps that is why I unfortunately never found one among the TVs and radios in the furniture section of the dump across from the incinerator building. Here we see some TV sets running programs showing me making the gifts for Christmas 2021. The gifts that you have received are all from reused materials, items that people gave away at the end of their relationships. As relationships end, new relationships are forged. As materials are taken from one type of use and forged into a new beginning. Just as Christmas and New Year's create a new beginning. This dump started the new beginning of both my electronics hobby and my career. I have never been afraid to forge ahead in new beginnings. For example, I was the person who started the tradition of decorating our house and yard here at 17 Crescent Road in Winchester, Massachusetts in the 1960s. Before we enter the house, let's take a peek across the street from our porch. That beautiful white colonial house was the home of Dana Stoffagan, who was a close friend of mine in school. Now let me please invite you into our humble abode. Well, going into the hallway, the first thing you see is the family piano, where many songs were played. Looking out the window of the living room, you see the home of Peter Jocelyn, who was until is a close friend of mine from childhood. A family tradition was to project home movies on the wall above the fireplace. Here is an Allyn home movie showing Santa Claus cutting the metal rods for the gifts for Christmas. Coming through the dining room, here's our dining room table. Behind it is the iconic stereo cabinet that Dad made for Mom for Christmas. Now let's gently cut through the dining room into the pantry, where you see the iconic circular Westinghouse dishwasher. I bet you never saw one of these before. Westinghouse modified it into a special television set for the purpose of showing Santa Claus doing more work on our gifts. Unfortunately, Santa's elf who ran the camera made a mistake, and we could not actually see the welding. So we're very, very sorry for that mistake, and we seek your forgiveness. Now we're going to turn away from the dishwasher and let it close, and you're going to see the iconic Westinghouse refrigerator that was also generously modified by Westinghouse to hold 3, not 1, television set. All 3 TV sets are showing Santa's elf working feverishly to get the gifts completed in time for Christmas 2021. In the bottom TV set, you're seeing some welding. So with that being done, let's keep that poor elf cool by closing the refrigerator gently and venturing through the main kitchen. Many family meals were held there, and many Thanksgiving turkeys were baked in that oven of that stove on your left. Here is the phone booth. When that phone rings at dinner time, everybody jumps up, yells, "I'll get it," and races to the phone. Once again, there is our Christmas caroling center, the piano. We're going to take a very special trip to the living room once again, where the Greens, who bought the house from the Allyns, allowed me to modify the fireplace to become a very special television set. Well, there you have it. Now, from what all the pundits have been saying for the last several centuries, is when Santa rubs the side of his nose, somehow up that chimney he goes. So, let me say goodbye, hold these tight, and for better or worse, come on, here we go! Well, that was a fun television program. I wish to thank you for letting me invite you into my humble home. And now you get to watch me attempt to fly to the North Pole in my clearer light suit to help illuminate 17 Crescent Road on Christmas Eve. I love you all. There are many people I wish to thank for this video. Of course, the people in Winchester for their help. Reddit Boston, Facebook Winchester, Dumont RCA, Zenith and Throm Carlson, and many others for their TV sets, Westinghouse with their help, the Green family, the Allyn family, Seattle Blender User Group, and of course the Blender software community for helping me manifest this dream. And yes, I love you all.